Hello, everybody. Welcome to Q&A live stream number 53. It is approximately 6:12 p.m. right here on the East Coast in the great state of New Jersey. So we have a lot to talk about today. So I'm going to obviously wait for people to go ahead and join, and we will get started with our discussion for today. There may very well be another Q&A live stream, number 54, a little bit later on tonight, but obviously that is no guarantee. It all depends on how everything goes and obviously where we're standing. So anyways, it has been quite a week. Lots of reopening up news. Very exciting. So yeah. Oh, wow. 4 people already. Hello, Garden State Elevators. Hello, Dylan D. Jesus. Hello, Mohammed Sonic Boom. Hey, Scott. How are you? Oh, wow. You're tan. That's nice. Okay. So the first thing I want to talk about today is JCPenney. Now, I do have the map here. I just have to get the picture of the map. So it's a couple of closings, but it's certainly not many around here. Let me find. There was a map. I think it was on NBC News. Let me just go ahead and check. Yeah, this is the 154 stores that are going to be going right into liquidation sales. And yeah, I'm going to try and put this into a new tab. Okay, perfect. Okay, this should do it. So, hey, Joe, how are you, man? Center the Salisbury opened several days ago. Yeah, unfortunately, in phase 2, malls are not included. However, exterior stores with exterior entrances can reopen. So I'm pretty much laying out all my options to possibly go to Smith Haven and maybe Macy's and Comac, since it all has exterior entrances. The only thing I would miss out on is the employee elevator, but other than that, I very well might just do it. Yeah, North Jersey still has power. South Jersey got affected. Yeah, it's really raining very hard outside right now. Bouncer travelers elevators, unfortunately not, unless something changes between now and then with Nordstrom's, but I don't think it is. Like I said, I've emailed the general manager twice, and unfortunately he said, the store is not opening up to the public again. So it's a shame, because it would have been nice to see the Otis one last time, but nobody knew at that time that location was expected to close. It was literally like a shockwave to everybody. But even then, with the petition being signed, it's not really getting as much attention thanks to all the protests that are going on right now with George Floyd. Those are very scary. With everything that's going on and all those protests. I mean, I get why, but all the vandalism and graffiti is just it's too much, and the looting, it's just too much. And I don't want to talk about it, so please refrain from saying anything about George Floyd on this live stream. Yeah, JCPenney still is closing at Green Acres. They might have very well shipped off inventory to other locations on Long Island, such as Roosevelt Field and Westfield South Shore, I believe, because their liquidation sales were halted due to the COVID-19 outbreak. Anyways, so what I want to go ahead and show now is the JCPenney map. So this is literally directly from CNBC. So let me go ahead and make that a bigger screen. So on this map is pretty much where all the JCPenney stores are closing. There is none in the New York City metropolitan area, a handful in upstate New York, certainly ones across like Vermont and New Hampshire. The JCPenney closures definitely are hit hard in the middle of the country, especially in Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Missouri. Definitely around here, there's a lot of JCPenney stores, unfortunately, that are closing. Texas, it got hit at least on the eastern part of the state, but the western part of the state is pretty much safe. In California, too, I guess outside of the Los Angeles area. There's a couple more along the California coast. None in Washington State, which is interesting. None in Nevada. None in North Dakota. None in Wyoming. West Virginia has none. Virginia has 2 of them. Maryland, I think, has 2 of them. It looks like there's one that might be Hagerstown that's closing. But certainly a lot, especially around here. This is where JCPenney got hit the hardest. Now remember, this is 154 out of 242 stores that are expected to close. So this right now is only the first round of stores that are expected to close, but still you can tell the map is pretty big and it's pretty depressing. So no elevator losses for me. But guys, let me know in the chat if there's any elevators that are going to be lost in these 154 stores due to the coronavirus pandemic. Obviously, it's a shame it didn't have to be this way, because remember, JCPenney earlier this year only said they were going to close 6. So they went from closing 6 to now closing 154 stores, which is certainly a significant increase. So right now we don't know what other stores are closing, but right now this is exactly what's closing. Again, if you want a link to this picture, I will gladly leave it in the chat, and you guys can check it out within the live stream or after the live stream is over. I will also include it in my recent video that I made about JCPenney closing 154 stores. To reform the store, I don't know. Oh, that's good. Glad to hear. Yeah, I'm glad about that. Yeah, Hershey at some point is going to open up in July. I just don't know when exactly. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to spend too much time on George Floyd. It's just too horrific of an event, and all the protests that are going on. I personally don't want to talk about it. My week was good. I heard they're going to reform the company. Yeah, they want to change around the stores, I think. No, Gimbals went out way before I was born, unfortunately. Hi, Ultra Eric, how are you? But yeah, it's unfortunate. Certainly all these closings are significant, you know. It's certainly bad. New York and Company, another company that filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. I don't think looters are going to touch elevators. I think they're more interested in touching merchandise. They're not going to vandalize and destroy elevators. Yes, I plan on possibly going to Smith Haven in the middle of June. And yes, the mall still remain closed. However, fortunately enough, that mall doesn't really have any interior elevators except for the management one. But look, it's Kone with Monitor TR and it's an Otis motor. I can just pass it off because I have been waiting since March to go there at this point. I'm patient, but at this point, I'm better off just taking the chance. I'm pretty much going with whatever I got. So. And Comac will reopen up again. Hicksville's not going to reopen up. That store closed right when the pandemic was beginning. I think Cinemark came in because Seritage gave them a deal. So that's why, I think. Yes, I'm very excited to see non-essential businesses open up. However, it's non-essential businesses with only exterior entrances. No, not this week, Scott. The Sears has not released anything. It's been very quiet on Sears layoffs right now. No really stores closing in our area as of yet. I mean, in New Jersey, we only have about 3 stores left. Well, 7 really if you count the Kmarts, but 3 Sears and Roebuck stores and 4 Kmart stores. Like I said, the last store that I visited before the coronavirus pandemic was Sears in New Brunswick. Let's see. I'm actually on SearsLayoffs.com right now. Ooh, Sears owner faces $40 million lawsuit from Bangladesh suppliers. Ooh, wow. Gotta love Eddie Lampert. Wow, 4 million. 4 million. Crazy. I don't know yet because Nordstrom's is not reopening up unless the manager changes his mind, which he probably won't at this point. and only if JCPenney decides to close that location. Yeah, it is an AMC theater. So it was a Lowe's, and then Lowe's merged with AMC, and then they rebranded it as AMC. Yeah, no JCPenney stores are closing near me, which is fantastic news. But a lot of them are like outside metropolitan areas, I think. I think the Florida Mall is poised to lose their JCPenney, believe it or not. I think, unless there's another JCPenney opening up. Wow, M&M World is moving to Disney Springs. Disney Springs is going to be the beginning of the end for the Florida Mall. I hate to say that. I mean, Macy's Herald Square, it's too touristy, and the building really doesn't have a significance. Yes, it is the oldest Macy's store, but they've heavily renovated that building so much. The only cool thing in that building is the wooden Otis escalators. Other than that, it's not really cool. Oh. No, Manhattan Mall, that's Schindler. A JCPenney that would certainly be a loss is Westfield South Shore, because that has a classic Dover and a Burlington. Roosevelt Field, that's Kone Monitor TR. That's nothing exciting. Yeah, Mall Millennia, I believe, is the much more upscale mall. So I could very well see Simon abandoning the Florida Mall in the years coming. I think Freehold Raceway Mall really wanted to get Zara in, because at the time they had Nordstrom's, which is not going to reopen, I don't think, unless the manager decides to change his mind and have people come in one last time. But at this point, I have not heard from him ever since Monday, so I think it's a loss at this point. I just have to count my losses with Nordstrom's, Freehold, and just move on. There's no way that the store is going to reopen up, unfortunately. I don't know if Sears and Roebuck is going to leave the Florida Mall. I don't really know about that yet. Sears layoffs has been very quiet, although JCPenney layoffs, they've been talking about that 154 store closures. Still, it's a lot of stores that are closing, certainly, and it's certainly a lot of people that are going to be losing their jobs. So now they're going to have to start fixing up their resumes and applying for other stores. So it's sad, because it didn't have to be this way, but coronavirus literally just killed off a lot of classic and vintage elevators that people went to go film, which is a shame. Because now over the summer, they'll have to get their final rides in while wearing a face mask and practicing social distancing. It's a whole mouthful to say, guys. Yeah, Zara has a contract with Schindler. Hi, New Jersey Transit Rail fan, how are you? How much money has Eddie Lampert stolen from Sears Holdings so far? Well, reading that report from wanting $4 million, a Bangladesh supplier wanting $44 million from Sears, kind of tells you what kind of man that Eddie Lampert really is. He's a piece of garbage to me. And you know what? I may as well do a rant. Eddie Lampert for years has not cared about the actual people shopping in the store. He doesn't care about you, the customer. He's only in it for the money. That's why the stores have remained open for several years, and they've gone into disarray and disrepair. Merchandise has been very short-lined. Someone, I think, commented on Sears layoffs. They said, when the Newport Center location in particular, it's one of the 3 in the state of New Jersey, they were saying that supplies were starting to get scarce. So you could kind of tell that, Sears was kind of being dead on its way out. So it's a shame, but that's Eddie Lampert for you. I don't know about that one. No, they'll definitely install 330A in Zara. I've never seen a Zara store with a 3300 or 5500. That I do not know the answer to, unfortunately. It's just surprising Bergen County has not gotten a 5500. Why does H&M have contract with Schindler? Their contract, I think, has switched to Kone, I believe, but I don't know. Would a very 1980s Otis Series 1 hydraulic 19? Yes, because that's from the 1980s, and that's an Otis Series 1. That was actually the next elevator they made after the Lexan, believe it or not. I know people don't think that, but you could kind of tell it was a very smooth transition between Lexan and Otis Series 1. I've been on a couple Otis Series 1s before. They're fun to ride. Homewood Suites out in Hershey, Chocolate World. I can't think of another. Yeah, I've been on a couple. 147 Main Street in Lodi, that's a Series 1. So I've been on a couple. They're nice elevators. They're very. And I was on a Series 1 at a movie theater in, what was it? Oh, Ridgefield Park. Yeah, that was a Series 1. That movie theater had an interesting layout. Yeah, well, M&M World, I just read on Wikipedia that they're going to Disney Springs, which makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I think the Florida Mall is going to be done, honestly, especially Disney Springs. Yeah, 1980s, yeah, that would be a loss. Yes, I did know that, and they changed it to Disney. They changed it to Disney Springs because it was a much more like a themed area, and they have a bunch of walkways now to there and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I personally prefer Walt Disney World versus Disneyland. I think it's just in Florida, there's more to do and there's more attractions. It's more of like, a reason to stay there. Disneyland, it's nice, and I've been to both, so I know. I mean, I haven't been to Disneyland, but it's pretty very similar to Disney World. But just the contrast from like going to California Adventure versus the Disney parks in Florida, there's so many more attractions down in Florida versus in California. That's not to say the California parks are bad. It's just there's less to do there. And same thing with Universal, like Universal Orlando. You got Universal Studios Florida, you got Universal Islands of Adventure, you have Volcano Bay, and you have the new Epic Universe that's coming. Versus Universal Studios Hollywood, it's just one theme park with a downtown where you could spend an entire day. So I've been to both. I've definitely been to both, and I prefer the theme parks in Florida because there's just a lot more to do. California, it's not really a theme park place. It's not really like I mean, you can take a vacation there. The problem is it's like a city kind of thing. Florida, it's more about the attractions and the theming and the dining and all that great stuff. California, it's, you go for a day and you leave. It's just the two destinations are totally different. I personally prefer Florida, but that's just a preference, I guess, because I live on the East Coast and I don't live on the West Coast. But that's just me. Yeah, I agree. It could certainly be in trouble. I would be very upset, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. I think Nordstrom's, I still think them closing Freehold was a mistake, but that's just the way that I feel, unfortunately. Yes, I know. I knew about that. I saw that. Yeah, so is Freehold. That's Otis Vanity. It's an Elevonic 401. Menlo Park is a 411. Very similar, but they're very different models. So, really, I did not know that. Yeah, I knew it had Montgomery. Westfield. Yeah, yeah. I've seen videos of Westfield Montgomery. Is Woodbridge Center opening soon? Um, no. I believe the exterior stores are opening up, not the actual stores inside the mall. The only stores that are qualified to open up, Sears is already done, are Dick's, Macy's, J.C. Penney, and Boscov's. And obviously the restaurant's still for takeout, and any of the retailers for curbside pickup. Oak Brook Center. I think that's in California. That's probably far.
away from me. Yeah, I don't really go to California that much. I'm kind of just based on the East Coast for here, for now at least. That could very well change. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Okay, all right, so getting back to, okay, so I might be a little bit behind, so once again, I do apologize. Yes, Sonota Series 6, yes. No, I don't really pay attention to Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. I think there used to be Sears Canada, but that's been out for a very long time now. Interesting. That's interesting that Cape May has a bunch of those vectors. Oh, nice. Let oh, yeah, I mean, I haven't seen anything. I mean, I could once again check jobs.sears.com and we could see if there's any more stores that are going to be closing, but I have not seen anything. Sometimes this site is down, so I'm actually using another browser. Damn, it's down again. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Oh, wait, here we go. It's not down. You literally just have to type closing. They posted. Yeah, none really posted yet, I don't think. I believe the New Jersey stores are expected to open up next week because obviously they have exterior entrances. There's not any that have interior. No, I've never been to Salisbury, Maryland. Let's check. The N1 warn notice. So many warn notices. It's hard to keep track of. The Nordstrom's is certainly the significant loss in freehold. 252 jobs. Didn't have to be that way for that store, unfortunately. No, I've not heard. Yeah, Target Canada went out. That went out. Was it 2 years ago? I think. Yeah, that's been out for a while now. Woodbridge Center. Sears closed on Saturday, April 11th, 2020. Lord & Taylor closed earlier this year, like probably maybe early in January. And then Sears closed April 11th. So the mall only has a Macy's, a JCPenney, and Boscov's. That's it. The only other anchor is Dick's Sporting Goods, but that's like a mini anchor. So just those four are slated to open up at the mall next week. The good news is, if anyone's going to visit Brunswick Square, you have no problem getting all the elevators since they're in department stores. Yeah, I've definitely seen the abandoned Target Canada. It's a really good video too. He makes really good content. I don't even know. I think he posted something today. I don't know. I think he posted something today. Let me see. Oh, no way. Abandoned Disney's River Country. No way. Yeah, I'll have to check that out after this live stream is over. Yeah, Dick Williams always posts videos on Fridays, which is smart. He posted on Fridays right at 5 o'clock. Well, I'm certainly not going up to British Columbia for a 330A. Yes, Sears in Canada is gone completely. And in the United States, it's literally in survival mode at this point. Yeah, I joined one of them once. I did. He does a really good job too. That's smart. That's a good way to market his channel. I used to. I saw. Next year, Century 21 will leave Westbury, I believe. I don't think so. No, New York is beginning phase 1 on Monday. Art Van is gone. I'm glad it's gone. They gave TK Fan 29 an issue, I think, for filming. I don't know. I honestly don't know what's going to go in that former Nordstrom space. I don't know. I really don't know what the mall is going to do with that space. Boscov's is quite possible, but I don't know. I don't see Boscov's going into a former Nordstrom's. To me, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense because they already have a store in Monmouth. You know, why would they want another one in Monmouth County? So I don't know. That I don't know the answer to. No, I don't think so. From what I heard that Lord and Taylor is still getting merchandise in. So I honestly don't know if they're going to liquidate all of their stores. I don't know because two of them did reopen up, but they haven't started liquidating those two stores in particular. So I don't know when that's going to happen. Where'd you read June 26th? I didn't read that anywhere. Yeah, Lord and Taylor closed Woodbridge. Woodbridge, yeah, Lord and Taylor Woodbridge closed. That's been closed since early January. But from what I heard, from what I heard, they may not be going to liquidation sales right away. I think they did it as a last minute resort thing because they didn't know what was going to happen with COVID. So I think now that things are starting to reopen up again, they're trying to pretty much weigh out all the options. Yeah, Destiny USA is definitely significant, but from what I heard, it's not too much of a loss. I don't know. I don't really know the malls that well in Pennsylvania, but no, Lord and Taylor never went in. They pulled out because Saks was there. Hey, I love elevators. How are you? No, there's no Lord and Taylor in American Dream, and I think they were pretty close to building a Barney's New York, but that obviously has been scrapped since the whole company is now gone completely. So I don't even know aside from Saks. I think Saks Fifth Avenue still has sentimental value. Lord and Taylor does too, but I think Saks Fifth Avenue still has some value. But I mean, they're so desperate for cash, so I don't know at this point. But we're supposed to be getting a Saks Fifth Avenue store. That's why they closed Hackensack. But Hackensack, Saks Fifth Avenue, that was a crappy store. I will admit them. I will admit that that was a crappy store. They should have closed that store many years ago. But Short Hills was a huge mistake to close in favor of a mega mall in Bergen County. Like you don't leave a mall that's that upscale unless you're like Hudson Bay and you don't care. But I'm still kind of upset that they left the mall at Short Hills because that was a pretty good RT. It's a shame that they had to close it in favor of a American Dream Store, which is going to have a crappy Kone thanks to 555's exclusive contract with Kone. XL did about 3 of the Neiman Marcus stores in New York City. The only one they didn't touch was Roosevelt Field because Neiman Marcus was struggling and they wanted to do the elevator modernization job quick, cheap, and easy. They'll probably gave the best price. They modernized Short Hills, Westfield Garden State Plaza, and the Westchester. Yeah, it's a very expensive mall. It's probably the most. It's in a much more expensive mall than I would say something as the Shops at Riverside. But both of those malls are pretty high scale. But the mall at Short Hills has just a little bit more of an edge because it's a little bit more upscale than the Shops at Riverside. Yep, it closed in 2016, which I sadly was not able to go, which I should have. I don't know why I didn't. Yeah, they are going bankrupt, but I haven't heard. I think they're closing last call. I don't think they're closing their full price ones. Yeah, so I mean, I'm on a lot of groups where I find this news very quickly. So yeah. Well, because the TK was new and they were able to keep it because I guess ThyssenKrupp was able to support it, so that's why it was there. I mean, you should certainly go. You go there all the time, might as well. I don't think so because I guess it's not within the Northeast Neiman Marcus market. It's in the Philly market, so I think that one is safe for now. Yeah, last call is the outlet store. Not as nice though. Definitely not as nice. Yes, there's a door. I think there's Dwayne Reed in New Jersey. I just don't know exactly where. Yeah, I'm not touching Roosevelt Field. Maybe, probably not for a while. I don't think, unless something big and significant decides to close there. I'm not touching Roosevelt Field anytime soon. The only reason I'm doing Smith Haven is because I've been literally waiting till March, and now that they're opening up the anchor stores, I'm taking what I can get. I'll wear a mask on a train and I'll go to the malls and then I'll figure out a way to get to Macy's and Comac somehow. But I'll take it. I'll take it. Non-essential retailers with exterior entrances can reopen. I'll take it. I've been waiting since March, so this is what I have to do, unfortunately. But yeah, that's why I'm not touching Walt Whitman. That's why I'm not touching um, Roosevelt Field for right now. Right now, I'm going out there to see Smith Haven to get the videos and to see Macy's and Comac. That's it. That's all I'm going to go see. And I'm probably going to upload them on a couple days basis, kind of space them out a little bit. Yeah, the last time I was at I Play America, a friend had a birthday party there, and I probably should have went to Nordstrom's and Freehold when I was down there. Don't ask why I didn't go, because I should have, because it was right there too. But that's okay. I will go there. I will somehow get to Freehold eventually. Hopefully, Nordstrom's can still open up again for liquidation sales, but I don't know at this point. I think at this point, I just have to take with what I got and move on. Merrick. Oh, interesting. No, I've never been to the Natick collection before. I hear it's a really nice mall, but no, I've never been to the Natick collection. Yeah, JCPenney is staying at Freehold. Yep. I don't hope so either, but it all depends on what's going to be announced. So, but nothing significant is going to close there. So the next liquidation sale and final ride elevator is going to be Macy's and Comac for now. I don't think so. I think there's already another Boscov's in that area that's nearby, I believe, but I don't know. So, I honestly don't know what to talk about, guys. I don't really have anything else to talk about. Yeah, today, that's right. Today is National Donut Day. I should have went. That's all right, though. Not much I can do. No, I don't think so. So, hopefully not, but you know how the looters work, unfortunately. So, I don't think so at this point. Okay. Probably at this point it got vandalized. All right, guys. Actually gonna go ahead and get off for a little bit. I may do another one, another Q&A live stream number 54 later on tonight. But if I don't, everybody have a nice weekend, and I will hopefully see you guys on Monday. In regards to COVID, hopefully the chart will be updated because I don't think it's been updated yet. So I'll let you guys update you guys with information and regarding mall trips and stuff. But I don't have any set dates yet for Smith Haven. Like I said, it's just a wait and see process, but probably just going for buildings with exterior entrances. So we'll let you guys know. But I might be back later on tonight, but I'll let you guys. I will go live, and you guys can just go ahead and join. So, anyways, guys, thank you again for watching Q&A live stream number 53, and that will be it.